We're still in Proshare Nigeria Limited. This is the office of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company, Mr. Olufemi Awoyemi. I'd like to talk to him briefly to tell us what comes to mind exactly when we hear the term Proshare.
Whenever I would want to believe that whenever people hear the words Proshare, what they go away with a one-stop center for credible, reliable, and timely financial information with regards to our capital market, its impact on the decisions being made by investors, and most especially the fact that Nigeria can boast of a financial information portal that can match the very best in the world, and it is at the level of development in which people who are aligned to the use of handhelds, be it websites, be it print, it's free to journalists. It does not charge you any money, and so it's not like designed to put the average user under undue pressure, but it gives you much more information that you hitherto had in the Nigerian capital market. So the impression I believe people have is that these are people who are selflessly committed to professionalism, and they provide this financial information analysis to the public and also to their clients.
Also, good to know that your website, ProshareNG.com, has been sustaining several information on the capital market. But we understand that you will be launching the 5.0 version of the website very soon. What are the basic features in the 5.0 version?
Well, I'm sure your understanding is correct. What we thought of was as far back as 2009, after the market leadership meltdown that created the market meltdown, that the dynamics in the industry will change. The processes, practices, and procedures for which the market hitherto was known for, and which created the conditions under which the market went through, the challenges it went through, would have to change. We'd have to talk in terms of new products, we'd have to talk in terms of new structures, the regulatory aspect of our financial markets would have to be stepped up, and people would need more information in terms of compliance, corporate governance issues, risk assessment, and generally the challenges for the ordinary investor in meeting with his needs have also changed dramatically. So we thought that there need to be a different thinking to engage this new market that is occurring. So the Proshare 5.0 is basically to dimension the market and make sure that we can reduce exactly to the barest minimum anything related to the stock market to start with. So as we advance into bonds, into ETFs and other new products, we can take a look at the equities market as a foundation upon which we can build these other markets, and all the information required will be available in one click of the button. And so we committed to it, and the project 5.0 has been on for about 2 years, and we are almost there.
Okay, let me borrow from your word here, the rethinking, different thinking, different thinking for a different market. Is that one of the bases for the new web TV that your company is launching soon?
Well, let's face it, what you can see doesn't count for much. Finance could be boring to a number of people. And so we thought, wait a minute, we've done all the analysis, we've done all the writings, both on the web, we've also done it for print. Virtually most of the financial journalists in Nigeria refer to the site, on which we put a lot of pressure on us to make sure that we give adequate information. But what we felt was that given the transition to more use of social media, more phones, more handhelds, more devices online, there needs to be what you can call a face value to information, whereby you can take the same complex information that probably takes someone about 30 minutes to read and bring experts into a single room in less than 5, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, do a constructive job of analyzing the key issues backed up by the data. For those who therefore needed further analysis can also find the information on the website. So we thought we could reach much more. Second thing, we also believe that it's only a natural progression that you cannot be talking about finance in terms of not being able to put a face to it. And then we can instantaneously also respond to issues or cover events or report on developments faster on TV. And the concept for this web TV is yet to even unfold, but it's new. Because people who are at an event can actually send in their videos to us, and we can upload it immediately and we cover the event. It's more or less like citizen reporting in one aspect of it. So the more qualified programs will be done by professionals, and those will be done. And then there's also more collaborations which we expect will happen. We see ourselves more like content providers. We would have the benefit of the most quality market intelligence available, and we're all placing our bets on the fact that the web TV will revolutionize the way people perceive financial information in Nigeria.
All right, so on the final note here, let me just ask you, technically, the state of the market right now doesn't seem to be favorable, actually. When do you think things are going to pick up?
Well, if I knew the answer, then I must be one of the wealthiest men in the world. But I really don't. But suffice to say, the data and the facts available to us explain that the market is all about liquidity. There has never been liquidity in this market, and so we're just struggling around in the same square. It's like you having a pot of 1,000 or 100,000 naira, and you're just spending the same money. There's no new money coming, so there's no change going to occur. So the market begins to change when there is liquidity. And why is it such a delayed process? It's all about the banks. The banks have been the key engine for growth in the Nigerian capital market. Once we can resolve the problems with the bank, we can resolve it. Only yesterday you still had that the SEC was still concerned about the margin loan issues from stockbroking firms who cannot. In the same breath, they are still dealing with so many issues. Some of them cannot meet their required capitalization issues. There are a bunch of challenges across the board. The only significant listing in the market has been Dangote Cement. A number of people have talked about disinvesting or delisting. And so you see that the cycle of negativity will take some time. We had expected by 2011, we're going into half year two, that things will begin to pick up. But what we see is that a new market is underneath all this beginning to evolve. But in terms of the Nigerian capital market, I do not expect significant changes from the current levels before the year runs out. But I need to hold my breath. Why? After September, the deadline set for the bank's recapitalization by CBN, we may find some new excitement, but we should take 3 or 4 months to pick up. But then there's also the other side of the economy. We are not yet sure what the direction the current president's economic policies will take. We're not so. There's so many unknowns in the Nigerian environment, and you would expect it to begin to make sense, but it simply gets much increases every day. The unknown factor begins to increase. But I can assure you one thing is that I do not, and most certainly do not believe it will get any more worse than it is. That is a scenario I'm not willing to admit is possible. Thank you very much.
And this is the ultimate place in Proshare. And for your news at all time, check proshareng.com. Thank you for your time with us.